Hi guys, welcome to Roundtable. And look, we've changed the scene. We actually have a round table.
It's round.
It is round.
Circular.
So, we had heard some things about that's not even round. It's round now.
Mm-hmm. New venue.
Of the Doomsday Roundtable.
Right.
In our little hidey hole. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Hope you can maybe add into the conversation. Find us on YouTube to comment, see if we can maybe have a conversation with some certain things. Today is kind of tight. What we're talking about.
Oh, we shouldn't laugh when we talk about it.
I know, it's
Love
terrible.
Love it.
Okay. What if someone you knew before, not an enemy, but maybe someone you knew to be the type of person that has an excuse for everything, someone who is generally self-centered, lazy, but not unkind, or someone who is amazingly dependent on others, even though they're able-bodied. Could you actually kill such a person if they wouldn't go away, if they're eating your food, taking up your everything? They just won't go away. And if not, how would you deal with them? Okay.
Okay, I think that we need to clarify something though, like before we go too far to this. We're not talking about like somebody who just eats your food. I mean, they've got to be absolutely worthless, right?
Well,
I mean, we're not talking.
They steal a French fries off of their head.
Yeah, I mean, because that would be like every girlfriend ever, that I don't know anything, and then they're gonna eat all your fries. But I'm just serious. I mean, because we don't want. Okay, okay. So when Pat got here, he sat down and was like, "Hey, what are we talking about today?" And I said, "Whether or not you want to kill somebody." He was like, "Yes." So we don't want to give off this vibe that we're just going to kill off random people. But really, we're talking because in the last episode we talked about groups, right? Having groups,
right.
And so now you have a group, a community. It could be small, it could be big. Who knows? Doesn't really matter. But there are leeches, even on today, even what we're dealing with in the world today, where nothing is wrong. I mean, we all have our power, we all have our normal things, and all that kind of stuff. And there are still leeches that come and suck the life out of everybody. But in a situation where supplies are very slim and resources are hard to come by, and everybody must pull their weight in order for the community to survive. And then you got that one person who's just like, "Hey, Mom, could you bring me some more milk?" You know what I mean? That's the kind of people we're talking about. Right? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, kind of, sort of, yeah.
Oh, God.
I think it just depends on how dire your situation is, and
Okay. Yes. How dire is your situation? You have one Mountain Dew left.
wait, we're talking about
That'll make enemies quick.
You're
It
talking about
seems
Mountain
like
Dew.
we have a theme going.
Right.
Jim's got his 2 liter. Is that Mountain Dew in there?
It is.
It looks like it. And then I brought my bottle too.
Yeah,
So
there's 3 of you
we have
killing
a-
yourself with the brominated vegetable oil.
Oh,
So I don't even know that you'll be around for this.
That's a whole nother conversation.
It is.
Yeah.
But you have one
Mountain Dew?
Mountain Dew, and this individual who just could not possibly go out, look for more Mountain Dew, not even bother to plant you a lemon tree seed or something.
Are they also the same people that deny taking it in the first place?
Yes, while they're drinking it right in front of you.
Oh,
They've got it.
No, somebody
They're-
gave it to me.
They're sucking it down.
Excuse for everything.
Yeah.
They're just like, blah, 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 blah. And
Ownership of the Mountain Dew is not going to be settled by rock, paper, scissors, lizard, spot.
what's it called?
Well done.
It's
Yes.
take more than that.
Mr. Highlander, who can't be with us today, said that, yes, either that or we drive them far away with about a week's worth of rations.
I can see driving them away.
2 days. I'll give you 2 days. I'm not
2
doing a
days.
week.
But you're not keeping the Mountain Dew.
No.
Okay, so I guess on a serious note. So a scenario. We have the Mountain Dew. That's funny. That's understandable. I mean, we could have that conversation. all day. But on a more serious note, let's say you got 15 people, okay? Men, women, and children. And you've got the one guy or girl or man or woman who is sneaking food, who's not even like, they're not the one who's being bright in your face about it, but they get caught. I mean, somebody who's taking a little more than their share. And
it
snowballs. And not just that, but I mean, it's not just food.
A jelly donut.
Yeah. What if it's not just food, though? What if it's, your stockpile of ammo? You only have so much to live with. I mean, you got to hunt, but you can't hunt because they're taking ammunition away from the hunting parties and stuff. So, do we consider, okay, because we have our own we've talked about the government, you have a leader, you have a committee, you have a group of people, however that works in your little group. So are there already rules in place for things like this? I mean, is this part of, is this like one of the first things that you set up in your group and in your new government where we need to discuss how to punish crime in our small group?
Yeah, you better lay down the ground rules pretty quick because there will always be somebody who will try to, take. I mean, there are people who will take from their own family members. Yeah. So there's going to be people who will take from relative strangers. Plus, if you have, say, a child or something, I mean, who wouldn't do something extreme if you felt like your child needed it or something like that?
True.
So taking care of family members, something like that, people will feel like, I need to do anything and everything I can to help my family member, even if it means possibly, kind of sort of betraying the group. But, I think
you have to be careful with that, though, because
it's gray.
Right,
area there.
Because if you think about it, okay, my kid needs to eat more because I have a little fat kid. And my little fat kid needs to eat more.
Because he's 13-year-old and he eats everything.
Everything. And then he's looking at me
like
Bugs Bunny used to look at that little penguin on the boat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Right.
So
he turned into a ham right before my eyes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But my thing is that if you think about it logically, and you're inside a group, even if the things have to be rationed, you're better off to stick with that rationing and have it continue than take the chance of being that person who gets busted, and then you and your kid, your little fat teenager, are out in the wilderness. So now you blew it.
I agree with that.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think my thing is, what I'm thinking is, okay, so you've got your group set up. You did make your ground rules. And you've probably kind of vetted everybody who you were going to allow in your group to begin with.
Right.
Right. There might be some people who think that they should be part of your group.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
That you don't necessarily think they should be part of your group, but they show up anyway.
Okay, so does that go, okay. I don't know why, but I'm going to ask Jim this. Jim, you have your group. You've been established for a few months. You got your government set up. You've got your rules and regulations set up. And then you have strangers come to the group, okay? Now, you're good people, so, you're not going to send them away on their butt without even giving them a chance. Yeah. What do you do to vet them? And how do you give them an opportunity to work themselves into the group and, kind of give them a chance, I guess is the way to put it.
I know what I'm thinking. I'm just trying to come up with the definition of what I'm thinking. What is it when you get a and I'm not comparing human beings to animals, but this is the only segue that I've got. You have to quarantine.
Oh, okay.
You gotta prove your worth. And if you put an animal in quarantine, it could be livestock. It could be your
Yeah, we
pet.
put
it could be
people
whatever.
in
You
quarantine,
know,
so.
you got to put people in quarantine too. I mean, you can't just. I mean, we did it as a society when everybody was coming to Ellis Island.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was a tuberculosis epidemic. There was all kinds of diseases that were coming over on the ships. That it's not like we didn't have an immune system to it, but you didn't need suddenly to have the measles, mumps, rubella.
Right, yeah.
Right. So something along those lines. You know,
Kind of
yes,
probationary period.
kind of, yeah, but it's almost having to prove yourself self-worth to the group. You know, if you can hang out there for a little while and say, hey, I might have an idea that you guys might find interesting here. And this is something I've seen that's worked somewhere else, or try to find out, and you're not going to be able to because it's part of the, you know, you can't vet people like you should vet people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why are you here now and not where you were? You know, have you been kicked out? Are you the one that was on the island that are like, you're the guy we don't want.
Yeah.
You're the gal we
Voted
don't
off
want.
the island.
Right,
Yeah,
you got voted off. You know, the group is, you know, your flame has been put out.
Right.
Stupid show. I can't believe it's almost been, 20 years?
Yeah.
I didn't even remember when it came on. So that would be part of my idea, is that you kind of have to be quarantined. You got to prove your worth. I don't know how that is to be done, given the circumstances that a group might be living in. You know, that we have.
I guess it would be different,
right,
for everybody, for every group.
Yeah, I mean, they can't just suddenly, you know, come rolling in and saying, you know, we don't bring anything to your society here. Oh, that's another tangent I'm not going down. But they got to bring something. If somebody's got a packet, you know, if they're Johnny Appleseed and they've got a bag of corn that's for planting in their backpacks, you know, these are somebody who are, you know, people who, when they hit the road, they were planning ahead and hopefully finding like-minded people.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can pretty quickly, you can tell if somebody's like-minded or not. I'm not going to sit there and say, hey, there's some kind of survey that says the first thing that runs across somebody's mind about somebody when you meet them for the first time is usually the right one. I have found in my past, it's usually the wrong one, because I almost immediately tell everybody to go to hell. I just find it's just so much easier, and then I go, well, that was a dick move because that wasn't right. You know, it turns out they're not the absolute tool, but it was a defense mechanism of mine because, well, there's something wrong with me. Don't everybody sign in real quick and answer.
No.
But I have found in my past that I rush to judgment, immediately go, everybody can bite me, and I find out 90% of the time I'm wrong.
So, like a probationary period would be a good idea in some cases. I think also, like, if you look at somebody who, like maybe somebody dragging their 90-year-old grandfather with them who's diabetic and you only have so much insulin to go around or something.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, really? But that old guy may have knowledge about how to do things the old-fashioned way. Yeah.
And maybe he might, if he can still communicate it.
Yeah, you might want to keep him around for a while. And, you know,
for a while. Pat's over here just use it. He's like, hey, come here, encyclopedia man.
My dad's almost 80. Not the guy you want to keep around. Because he'll tell you stories before he'll tell you anything else, and you wonder where I get it. But I don't know what he's bringing to the table. You know, but I could see your point, a generational thing where I think we may have gotten past a generation back from us. How much did they really go without industrialization?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, there are certain skills, and there are skills that we can still learn today. Skills that, you know, for canning, planting, different things that you can do. But I think we're kind of running off the track in regards of, okay, so we know we would keep somebody who is useful.
Yeah, right.
But what would we do with somebody who's not?
Right. So let's just say that somebody has infiltrated your group. Okay. They seemed like they had a facade of, and maybe you even knew them before. Maybe it's somebody that you worked with or, you know, had been friends with at one point. And they had a facade of, I will be helpful. Okay. And then they're in your group
In the group.
They're in your group, and you realize that they really are not pulling their weight. And then we're not talking about somebody who has an illness, because you might want to take care of some illnesses.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're not
You know.
totally heartless. I mean,
Right.
we can't. We're not going to turn off our humanity all of a sudden.
This is somebody who feels entitled. Basically, I'm here. Worship me and feed me and keep me happy. And because I'm really upset that the world's ended, what are you going to do?
And they've gotten in.
And they've gotten in.
And you can't get rid of them.
Right. So you've seen this. They've been there for 20, 30 days. You've had ample time to realize that they are just a leech.
So, all right. So, I guess you have to bring it. Are we going to do this by the? I guess that's the thing too. Is that now if we have a system of law, and we have a committee of people who are going to decide what we're doing with these people.
Right.
Do we? I guess there's two options. Either we're going to go the route of what we've decided as a group and do it the right way, or we're going to take them out in the night when nobody's around and hope that nobody can see. Or he just left.
Okay,
I don't know. He just left.
Let's say that the reasonable thing would be to go, okay, let's drive them away or walk them away. I mean, depending on what type, we'll just keep going. Hey, man, we're going to go have a talk.
Yeah.
Have a little Miller's Crossing episode.
Yeah, so
Right.
you get them far enough away, and you hand them a pack, and then you run like the devil back and hope they can't find you.
Snipe hunting.
Yes.
Take them snipe hunting.
Yep.
Yes, you take them snipe hunting.
We're going to go hunt.
Hunting we will
You're
go.
going with us. It's
Okay.
only about 200 miles away.
It's only about.
Yeah. Okay, stand here and hold the bag. We'll chase the snipe to you.
Yep.
And you're real nice, so they open the bag and find a couple days of rations, Cool.
Yeah.
But
There's food in this bag. Oh, yeah, that's to attract the snipe.
let's.
Wait, snipes aren't real?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
I fell for it again.
Okay, so you've taken them out. We'll just say that
Okay,
you're.
but you haven't taken them out.
No,
You've
no.
taken them out into the woods and released them into the wild.
We're going to assume that. I mean, first, I think with most people, you would try to go, look, man, it's not working. You're going to have to.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing is that we're going to have a conversation with this guy, right?
Right.
Where you're like, dude, we know you took the last fucking Mountain Dew, you piece of shit. But at the same time, we want to give you another chance because we're people. We're all in this together. So now we're past that, obviously.
Right.
We're past that stage.
Right.
And we've gone to committee, and committee has decided that this guy has been exiled, right? He's voted off the island, and we're going to give him 2 days of rations, walk him out into the woods, and say goodbye. And then
If they're smart, that's what they do.
Okay.
that's what they'll do.
And then they're confused because they weren't trying to go. They're like, no, man, this was not the last Mountain Dew. Joe Schmo took that. This was the second to the last. And I did a bunch of stuff to get it. So even though they didn't, now you got to call him a liar.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. I said, no, I did all this stuff. And, I really care about you, man. And I care about all these people. And I do my best every day. So I'm sorry that you thought this was the last one. And maybe you should get rid of Pat because I'm pretty sure he took the last one. Right? Pat's our nurse, man. No. we're not fucking taking it.
That's got 2 liters.
Right.
That'll be the automatic defense mechanism. The person you want to get rid of anyway, they're going to try to blame somebody else.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, that's normal.
Okay.
I think most people do that, yeah.
So then they're not going to go. But then you get to now we're going snipe hunting. Right?
Okay.
So you're going to have to let them hang out for a while, I think, because otherwise they're going to be wise to you. I'm not going snipe hunting with you. I'm sitting right in this chair. I'm eating these Twinkies that kid brought back, or whatever.
Well, you get up and you're going to get it. I'll be the first one to do it. I'll be just like, oh, you're going to act that way? You're not going to show. You're not going to show any caring for the group. You're suddenly going to say it's me.
Right.
Well, that me part is going to get hurt.
Mr. Highlander says he would blindfold them when he took them out there so they couldn't find their way back.
Yeah, with a baseball bat, make them spin around and then let it go. You know, like how you play baseball. Anyway, long time ago.
And the tail on the donkey and then just run.
Actually, that makes sense to blindfold them.
Yeah, you don't want them finding your way back, depending on how far you're able to get them away. Yeah.
And then when you get to the spot, you just spin them around.
Yeah.
Push them off in some direction.
Hit them in the head with something when they wake up. You know?
Hit them in the head. Why are you leaving them anything? You're just gonna hit them in the whack.
Oh, would you take them out in the middle of the forest though, or would you take them to the nearest city area and put them there?
It depends on how much I hate them.
And it also depends on where you are. I mean, you know.
True. I mean, but they have if you're not so evil, they'd have a better chance of surviving if they're put into a city thing or dying quicker.
You know, you don't
depending
know
on how society is.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
You know,
You might.
You never know what the next opportunity is going to bring them. They may fit in great with that group over there.
True.
I don't know, but at least they have the option of going somewhere, finding it for
I
themselves.
think they'd have a better chance of surviving in the city, finding another group in the city than in the middle of the woods.
Well, I mean, at least
absolutely not.
you're giving them more.
They found us.
Shelter, you know.
Right? Yeah.
They found us, though.
Okay.
I don't know.
Might have been a fluke.
Yeah, it could have been a fluke, but if you piss me off enough, I might send you to the Okefenokee instead.
Okay, so I
Go
guess
sleep with the gators, huh?
we're going to sleep with the gators. So if that happens, okay, so we sent them out into the woods, and justice has been served. The committee decided they've moved out into the woods. We sent them on their way, hit them with the rock. They wake up, they don't know where they are, or spun them around, or whatever. So now we don't know where they don't know where they are, or maybe they're more resourceful than we thought, right? And so instead of taking the hint and going on and finding a new group or finding a way to live and survive on your own, now they decide they're going to come back to the group, right?
I'm back.
Yeah. So I feel like that this is there's a fairly simple solution to this now, but so now what do we do? What do you do? They've come back. They're coming back and they're begging because most likely that's what would happen.
Right. I'm
They're
so
saying,
sorry.
I spent a week out here. I can't do it by myself. I'm really sorry for the way that I acted. I will find more Mountain Dew somewhere. Just let me back into the group.
I have a bag of brominated oil or whatever.
We'll make
Brominated
Mountain
vegetable
Dew.
oil. I've come to kill you all with more Mountain Dew.
I have the recipe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it bullet in the head time?
I think it's bullet in the head time. I mean,
The thing is that now that they've got that in their head, people start getting really suspicious. I mean, because if you allow them back in,
right?
Are you the next one to be brought out snipe hunting? Because there's repercussions. I mean, assuming you're the leader of the group and you've allowed them back in, the group is like, dude,
Right.
Right.
Well, but you're going to run into. I mean, personally, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but as we see in society all the time, depending on the group, you will have some who will. We need to give them another chance.
Right.
We need to give them another chance, and then another chance, and then another chance, because life is precious, and we are going to give chances. That's what we do as human beings, which I agree with to a point.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, there's going to be the other side of the group who is going to say we can only give you so many chances. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not that we want to. It's not that we enjoy it necessarily in any way, but it's got to be done. So how do you reconcile the two groups? Like, how are you going to, same thing we deal with in America all the time with the death penalty. It's, how often are we going to have this conversation back and forth about whether it's right or wrong, and in what cases is it right or wrong?
Right.
So you have a very similar situation. And what do you do in a situation like that?
You can't let them back in. You really can't, because let's say that these are.
And some people would say, well, just put them in a prison. But we don't have resources for prison.
Right.
That's the thing. We're surviving here.
Right.
We don't have a place. We're not going to feed them every single day to sit in a room and not do anything.
No.
Yeah. So I'm sorry.
I would think you cannot let them back in for a multitude of reasons, but one that would terrify me isn't that they came back to be the same. It's that they met somebody.
Well, that could be too. Yeah.
You know, and so they go out, they meet somebody, and the next thing you know, they're checking to make sure we still have resources.
Right.
So that their somebodies can come and take.
Yeah, what if they meet a group and they're like, so what have you got? And they're like, well, I can tell you where there's another group that I just left. I can tell you where their stuff is.
To make them look good in the new group.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at this point, if they're at my gate, I really feel like my response, and I don't think I'm an awful person, but I really feel that
this is good people in awful situations.
Right. I really feel that my response is, you're going to die right there at the gate. And I would tell them, if I see you, if you come back,
you're done.
Yeah, that would be part of the conversation
the
when we
snipe
left them in the
hunting.
woods.
You will be the snipe, and I will hunt you.
Yeah.
But I honestly think that, I could. I mean, because I cannot kill anybody necessarily in cold blood.
Right.
I couldn't see somebody.
Because that's murder.
It's
We don't do
murder.
that.
Nah. I could see somebody, me trying to shoot them off.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, if they're a threat to me, or
That's a different story.
right,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an immediate threat. Yeah.
right. But you have to think, if you've gone through everything to get them to go, and the cat came back the very next day, or whatever the case may be, right?
I love that cartoon.
That whole rhyme just went through my head.
Yeah, definitely.
That being the case, now you have to go, okay, what did you do while you were out there to make you think it was okay to come back? What made you brave enough to come here? When I told you, look, I tried nicely, I gave you some stuff, I took you out away from here, and now you're back. Even if I only see one, as far as I'm concerned, I'm of the mind that there is a damn army behind them.
Right.
Yeah, that I was just thinking that a very good point about that they really need to not know where they are.
Right, and that's
Because
where the
how easy
blindfolding.
would it be for them to go to another group and say, hey,
Where
you
they
can
are.
raid this place and get all kinds of stuff. And second,
But if they found you the first time, blindfold them, sure, but you have to take them a real good distance.
Oh, I'd leave them with no
6 feet under is a good distance.
6 feet.
But the other point that I was going to bring
So
up is
they-
it's all hypothetical until you're actually in that situation.
Yeah.
You have no idea what the hell you're going to do.
Yeah.
Agreed. I mean, there are some people that I wouldn't even vet them. And that's
Yeah,
a terrible thing. But if I saw, what appeared to me to be an able-bodied man or woman, showing up going, I need help, I need, let me in, I need food, and I don't know her at all, and nobody in the group knows her at all, there's no history there at all, I'm going to tell them to go away. I don't have anything. That's going to be the kicker. I have nothing here. All I have is some pine needle tea, and that is what I live off of.
Ugh.
I mean,
Just kill me now.
right. I make bread with
Acorns.
acorns.
Acorn flour.
I have acorn flour and pine needle tea. Get interested?
Oh my God, let me go evil Mikey on you for a minute. Let's say you do have a large group. Okay, you've established your government, everything, like you were saying. You have committee things. So, you don't want the rest of your group to freak out that you were able to kill somebody. So, how about we just kind of to knock them out in the middle of the night and then go in there and cut their wrists? And then the next morning you find them dead. And you're like,
suicide.
look, dude, they committed suicide. They just couldn't hack it.
So everybody that sucks just commits suicide. Did you realize we had 10 suicides last year? All right after we found out they were stealing
It's
food.
amazing. It's the same people that would not get up and help yesterday.
Right.
This is a sign of depression. And then you're just looking at the next guy who doesn't want to do anything.
That's why they weren't doing anything. They were so depressed. I understand.
Are you depressed?
That. It's a damn shame.
You look sad.
I get there walking up.
Sad.
Everybody starts to look sad.
I'll take
Yeah,
those tennis shoes.
Take those tennis shoes.
Oh, man.
You don't need those anymore, do you?
That's fantastic.
That's pretty.
I actually could see see that. I can
That way
totally
you're not
see it.
freaking the rest of the group out that
But-
you're a cold-hearted killer.
Now I'm thinking about the whole pine needle tea and acorn bread. So what you need to do is you need to have a bag prepared. So anybody comes, okay, man, I'm going to share with you. And you get all squirrely and shit. And you hand them the acorns and the pine needles. Just add water, man.
Just add water.
Okay, it's what I do. It's what I do.
It's full of arsenic.
You know, well, I mean, maybe they just go away and not want, and I don't have to kill them at the fence.
They're just like, that's cool. I'll just starve. Thank you.
Right?
I left that last group I was in. I just didn't like their menu.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Their menu. No, you don't understand. These fuckers flip off. They're crushing acorns.
They kept the cow patties just so they could eat the mushrooms.
Okay, so nice. So this does bring up another. I mean, it comes to mind. Okay, because now we have this interesting conversation where we have a government, we have a committee. This person has been given a chance, and that's great and everything. And then we realize that they come back and they're doing their thing or whatever, and we're like, no, we're not doing this. You can either walk away now, or we're going to take you out. Or maybe not, because if you're right though, because I mean, if we send them back away, they're going to come back with people. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
And so that's definitely that's a definite issue. So they had their warning. So we're going to kill them. And Mikey has decided. Well, I mean, per committee,
Right.
we're not going to kill them. We're going to execute them. They are going to be executed per committee, per the law. That's what we're going to do. So, Mikey had the good feel good way, where we just have somebody kill them in their sleep, make it look like a suicide. Oh yeah, come on back inside, and then we're going to kill him in his sleep.
But you won't sleep when you're slashed in his wrist. I mean, you're going to waste some drugs and get him stoned.
Just somebody will just have to hold him
The
down.
mushrooms off the cow patties. I got you.
Somebody will just have to
So Simon rules.
Oh my God.
So
Maybe just give him too much of that.
okay, so that's one idea. One idea is suicide. I mean, suicide.
I mean, it could be slashing the wrist, but it can also be like drugs. You can give them an overdose of drugs.
Yeah, but I don't know that I'd waste my drugs like that.
Yeah, I'd keep my drugs, man. I
But
mean, anything.
you could also just go with straight
Fentanyl.
poisons.
What are you going to use it for besides killing somebody?
I mean, you still. Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. I mean, you run out of it.
Oh, here's your last dinner. Have a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's your last dinner.
Here's your
I
last
like
dinner.
how you talk.
Here's your last dinner.
Okay, it'd probably give it away, but
halfway
still.
through it, he's like, "Wait,
What?
what'd you say?"
That.
It's just yeah. Okay,
That was
so
delicious.
oh man, that's funny. Here's your last dinner. So okay, all right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tongue.
Yes, I'm done. I mean, here's the last dinner for tonight. Tonight. You already missed first dinner.
It's
so.
Friday.
Supper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, last supper. I'm not even going there.
Okay, so that's one way to execute them. Very, very funny way.
Okay, and that's kind of wrong because you really think about it, and we're some sick fuckers. Because in all reality, if we had somebody like that and we started thinking, it's overdose time,
Yeah.
we would be laughing about it in some twisted version of it. It would be because, of course, they'd have to make us that angry. We'd have to be that concerned
I
about
think
them.
you're just trying to justify your psychosis right now.
Okay, I would be like,
I don't-
go evil Mikey. I'd be like,
I don't think that I would laugh about it. I mean,
look at you. Just look at you.
I don't think I would.
Even
I
Pat's over there grinning.
I think I like history. So I look back. I like to look back at history and say, well, what have they done in the past? And public hangings, I think, serve a certain point.
Yeah.
Okay, good point. Good point.
One, they don't suffer. Two, you're sending a message to everyone.
That's
Yeah.
Sending that
You
message.
know, and you're doing away with the problem.
Right.
It makes it seem as though this is justice being served, but
I don't know. To
It's
me,
not
I
a
get
perfect
what you're
solution.
saying.
not a perfect solution.
Public
but
hangings are pretty kind of, I mean, that is very medieval to me.
it is.
Yeah.
And, you know, I really think that I've jacking up a kid by having them walk by and be like, "Oh, look, there's the dangler." That's what happens when you don't work. You know.
Well,
So-
yeah.
That's good.
Right.
But lesson learned.
Message is good.
Right. But yeah,
I didn't even think about that. I think that's actually, yeah.
I'm leaning more towards the. I mean, that's cool. You know, you can go all Vlad the Impaler if somebody starts coming around. There's too many of them.
Glad the Impaler. You're not killing everybody just for
Well, I
running.
mean, you know, they come,
That's sticking heads on fights.
they come by, you know.
Well, that was my dad. He didn't do his job that day, so now he's on a
Oh, okay. It's got to be worse than that day. It's got to be worse than that day. Yeah, Wednesday, bad day for Dad.
be a whole new meaning to no call, no show.
You are late for work.
Get in the road. What?
Can't you just write me up? No, sorry.
Look, I'll work late. I'll work late.
This is your third write-up. You are being terminated.
It is.
Literally.
Literally.
Oh,
It is
shit.
time to go see HR.
Funny.
Hangman's rope.
Yeah.
Total human resource there.
HR is
Huh?
hangman's rope.
Hangman's rope. That's great.
That's wonderful.
I think that. I mean, I guess you could get to that point, but I'm kind of digging on the
Suicide.
suicide.
Oh.
I mean, well, you think about
It
it.
has to be public, though. I mean, to a point. I don't necessarily mean. I feel like that it has to be public. Not necessarily you have to do it in front of everybody, but it has to be known that the reason that this person is dead is because of the crime they committed.
Okay, here you go.
Even
Okay,
like
so instead of the suicide in the middle of the night, you want to send a message. You don't want to appear to be evil. You send them out in the middle of the woods with some food that's just fucking poison to hell.
But it's the same thing. So then are you gonna tell the person that you're sending them out there with poisoned food so that everybody else knows that the reason?
No, they're exiled. They got exiled, and people see that they got exiled, but they don't know that they're gonna die. So you still look okay. You don't look like Vlad the Impaler, but at the same time, you're eliminating the possibility of them coming back with anyone and just being a general burden on the new earth because it's a completely different world out there.
it is.
Yeah.
So,
It is.
I mean, if they can't survive in a group, they're not going to survive on their own anyway.
Now, here's a thought.
You just help them process.
Okay, this goes back to hang 'em high and suicide. Okay, so I was just thinking about Vlad.
Go ahead and put that noose around yourself.
So I was just thinking about Vlad.
Jump.
And let's say that you have reached capacity. Now all the adults are going to know that you guys, you know what, this guy didn't do his job. It's done. Right?
Yeah, all right.
Okay. So then if you took this individual outside of your camp, I'd say, far enough outside, and then you hung them up very much, not spike them, not put them on a spike, but just hung them up with a note, like a sign.
A note.
That's
Give me
All play and no work makes Jack a dead boy.
yeah, user, exiled user, or
Drink
You
the
know.
last dew.
right? I drank the last two. Chris would walk by that and be like, I understand why they did that.
Yeah.
The new welfare system.
That sounds like a great sweatshirt right there. A guy hanging drank the last dew.
Okay, here's your choices. You can here you go. You can either work today and get some food, or you can purchase the food without working by giving us a finger. Literally.
oh, not that guy. No, not that
Okay,
guy.
so Mikey, you've gone like kind of full circle a little bit. You've gone for let's kill him in his sleep, make it look like a suicide, to mark him as the guy who has lost a finger because he stole the last.
Okay,
meal.
but what's he going to do? Is he has a choice. You're giving him a choice. He can work, or he can lose a finger and still be fed,
See,
or he can fucking leave.
here's my issue with that. Let's say that I'm the leech. I'm the leech. I just felt like being a leech, right? And so you come to me and like, you're a fucking leech. And you drank the last stew, which I'd be like, I did not. That's poison. But let's say I did. You drank the last stew. So you have to either go or give me your finger. Sounds terrible.
It just sounds funny.
Here you go.
Give me.
Okay. So then I'm like, okay. I'm not doing this. I'm not you to. And of course, then you're going to wrestle me because I'm not going to go anywhere. And you're going to chop off my pinky like you're a damn Yakuza. And then I'm going to brew hate. And every time I look at my hand,
That's true.
I'm going to get angrier and angrier. And I'm still inside.
That's true.
Stick him out in the woods and shoot him.
He's like, answer, take him out. Pop. Done. I mean,
You're exiled. I have to take you out. Okay, here's your rations. Go out, shoot them, bring the rations back.
and it does depend. Do you have a vehicle where you could drive them away? Something that does work, because we don't know if things work, right? Or are you walking them away? Putting them in your little bicycle cart?
What if I just had the most brilliant idea?
Real quick, I think we are thinking of a lot of great Break Channel 13 plot twists.
Yeah. What if this may actually end up in Break Channel 13?
Okay.
So, what if we construct like one of those magician boxes that has like the person you stand up inside, and they shove the swords through them, and instead of it being one person who executes them, it's a committee of people that is chosen by lottery that has to go and plunge one of the swords into the person. That way, nobody can look and say, "You're evil because you killed them."
That's no different than firing squad. And
Well, yeah,
That's what I was
one
going to
person
say.
has
One
money.
bullet routine.
Yeah, but then we're wasting bullets. That's my
Yeah, right.
Okay, so just put one bullet in one gun, have 12 guns, the rest of them don't really fire.
Okay, but
But
you
it's
gotta have
random.
it.
Who got it?
Yeah,
You
make
gotta
sure
have
it's-
it. They all gotta boom somehow, because then
Well, you just
it was
12
me.
guns. Pow.
Force them to play Russian roulette
And it
by
was,
themselves.
it would so be.
Until they kill
Right.
themselves.
Keep
Like,
going.
They just keep going.
Keep
Like
going.
the longest game of Russian roulette ever.
You have to
For
go
God's
7
sake.
times with
Oh
this
my God.
revolver.
Actually,
Or
speaking-
that's all loaded.
So since you bring up Russians, I realize. So one of the things you're going to want is a still, right? Because you want to be able to make alcohol, so you can make tinctures, so you can,
Get drunk.
Did you say Russians roll
Sure.
drunks?
Oh,
No,
great, now we're colluding with Russians. on
no,
Trump
but I'm
list.
colluding right
Are we
now.
making white Russians?
We could, but so you could even make some really freaking heinous hooch, right?
Right.
Just ask the Indians right now.
Okay, so
A little methanol.
So that being the case, you really don't have to waste anything of any worth to make that hideous hooch. And then just have them drink themselves to death.
Death by alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
Or the wine.
Just shove a funnel down their throat and keep pouring.
I
No,
mean,
you must do this keg stand
They would
give them
for a while.
for a while.
Yeah.
for a while.
give them the option. Okay, do you want to drink yourself to death or hangman's noose?
Or you just get your best drinker.
Maybe that's maybe not a bad idea. I think
Which
Matt
is,
may have a point.
Give them the option.
Give them the option. You can get shot. You can be hung. You can
Spin
be
the wheel.
yeah the wheel
Spin the wheel.
the wheel of
No,
execution.
that was right out of
He's got the wheel of execution.
that's right out of Mad Max.
The wheel
Young
of
Underdog.
fortune.
Yeah, really.
Oh my
You're right.
gosh! Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that.
And our audience member hiding in the corner there is actually laughing around.
The wheel of fortune. You gotta love it.
Wheel of unfortune, ill fortune.
It's actually not a bad idea. I mean, give them an option. You got here's our 3 ways. And you're not going to make it. You're not going. We could tie you up in a chain out in the woods if you really want to and starve to death, or we can hang you right now, or we can shoot you in the back of the head, or we can keg stand
Okay,
you to
so
death.
you're having this conversation with me, and I'm sitting there going, "Look, man, I'm not digging any of this."
Well, you got
Then we'll
here's
take the
your
choice away
last
from you.
here's your last night alive. You get to figure out how you want to make it. Otherwise, we're going to choose for you. Either way, you're dead.
And you know what I would say to that? How about if I just leave? I'll just go.
No. Because we've got you chained up to a tree. You're not going anywhere.
Just let me go.
I know how I want to die. Old age.
I would like to die of
No,
I want to die
So
of
I think
Mountain Dew poisoning,
I
please.
want to die of Mountain Dew. So I think that at that point, though, when you start giving these options, that's fucking cruel. That's
the worst version of go get the switch I've ever heard.
Right. That puts a whole new spin on
I'm a
go
little
get the switch.
anxious about this whole thing.
Yeah.
Can I have some time to make my decision?
Here, you get one night and a bottle of vodka. Figure it out.
No, I think that if somebody would have to go and party with that individual if I was going to drink them to death. Meaning, okay, so once upon a time, my mom got me trashed. Okay? And I couldn't understand how she held her liquor.
Spitting it back down the other cup.
Hell no, she didn't have any liquor.
No, okay.
Drinking water.
Yeah, yes. Actually, well, it was tea. She was making little Tom Collins.
No, okay.
Right. And so she'd go over to the sink and she'd mix all this stuff up and come back with the shot and go, keep on. And then she was like, oh, you feel bad? And I'm like, I'm good, man.
This.
And then finally I was just like, till I passed out and then wake up in the morning. Now, she wasn't drinking me to death, but she was fine.
As far as you
right? No, I think I only had like 4 or 5 shots before I was like, oh, I'm done.
I feel like that this is a whole other conversation about why your mom was getting you drunk.
Well, it's because I came home drunk, and she was like, oh, you think you can
Oh, it's
drink.
that old pack of cigarettes thing.
Yeah, I'm going to teach you a lesson.
Carton of cigarettes.
And so there she is, fine. I'm waking up in the morning like, oh, somebody shot me in the head. She's like, no, nobody shot you in the head. I'm like, oh, my God.
Nice.
So, but you could do that kind of thing, They've got their bottle, and you've got your bottle, and you want to have a conversation. And you want to be like, okay, so we're going to sit down, we're going to drink these bottles, and we're going to talk about how you're going to change.
Well, that's how the mob does it. Mob makes you think there's nothing going on until they put an ice pick in the bag.
Right, and the mob's they've done well.
They've done well.
They've done well.
I mean, they're always killing each other, but
Still making money.
Right, so, I mean, if you have to, yeah, I guess that's kind of kind because they drift off and they won't remember the seizures. And, I mean,
Drinking someone to death is answering several nights in college that I've wondered about for years. But I don't know. I mean, there's so many different ways to kill someone. Drinking them to death, things of that sort. But it comes back to, I think, does everybody know? Are you going to do this publicly? Are you going to do it privately?
I think it has to be public.
I think,
and not necessarily in front of all the kids, because I feel like that's an issue over
but
here.
there's like a group of
there's
people to witness
witnesses,
that it's done right.
Just like we do it now. I mean,
I think
there's a group of people that witness it. Yeah. I think it's fair and it's right. I mean,
Put them out in the woods, give them their bag of rations, brand them with the word lazy on their forehead.
I don't know. They may come
we
back.
could give them
may come back to bite you.
We could give them the Humperdinck.
oh, God.
Princess Bride,
Oh, no.
Poke out your eyes.
To the
cut off-
pain.
take off your nose and no hands, no feet.
But your ears,
Your ears you will
every
keep.
woman that looks at you screams, "Oh my God, what is that?"
What is that thing? Yeah, that'll teach them.
I don't think that word means what you think.
Inconceivable.
Get some iocane.
Iocane powder. Yeah, it's from Australia, right?
Iocane powder. Yeah.
All right, so
But you can't build up a tolerance to that, so.
Obviously.
Well, I mean, he was stupid to go up against a Sicilian anyway.
No, stupid
We're
is a
definitely-
land war in Asia.
Hmm?
Stupid is a land war in Asia.
That's true.
All right, so
we've decided to do it.
I think that we are all we're all basically on the same page that you gave them a chance, you wanted them to make it, they screwed up, you had did the exile thing, that didn't work, they come back begging or whatever they're doing. So we've come to the consensus that for the betterment or for the good of the group, we've got to take them out.
We can't let them back in.
They have to be executed.
They can't come back in once you've exiled them. If you're going to exile them, you can't let them pass the gate.
But I don't think exile it's not. I don't really think it's an option. Well, here, if you have a group and you're trying to keep that group secure, execution is your option. You don't want them coming back with other people. You don't want people knowing.
Right,
because even if they get back to the gate, the people are following them. They've already made it there.
You don't want anybody coming back.
So we're not even going to give them a chance out in the wilderness.
Right. Execution.
We have to let you go.
But what if
Sorry.
You just
and let them know. If they come knocking on your gate, let them know that's what could happen.
Yeah.
If you don't pull your weight.
So you have part of your forest with the bodies hanging. Look over there.
You gotta look.
Well, yeah. I mean,
you see what we do?
See the lazy branded on his forehead?
It's just what the thing is.
No, it's rotting off.
If you have people in your group who are like, yeah, you know what? I'm not sure I'm digging this the way it is. I haven't done anything wrong yet, but me and my little merry band of men here, and we're gonna peace out.
I think you have to let that happen.
We have to kill them.
What?
Every one of them.
See, like you can't let them go.
You came to the group.
Yeah.
And you said you wanted to leave.
When you knock on the gate,
if you leave and you go find another group that you like better, and you're like, yeah, you guys do it better the way we like it. We didn't like those guys over there, and you're going to come and take our shit.
So nobody leaves the family.
Nobody leaves.
Fuck, it is a mob.
I think so. I think it's a new world. It's a new society. It's fucking Cuba. To be able to survive.
You can't leave.
But let them know when they're knocking on that gate. Let them know if you come in, you don't leave.
Okay, so let's back up a little bit. Woo! So, what if it's an original? Meaning, so there's me, you, and everything's good. We've got everything going good, and we've added some, committee. Mm-hmm. We're growing food, we're hunting, we have medical capabilities, multiple medical capabilities. We're good. Mm-hmm. Golden. Mm-hmm. And then Pat says,
I knew it was going to be bad.
Yeah, he's trouble.
Right, because Pat is trouble. He says, look, my kid wants to go and check on his grandparents or whoever, cousins, whatever, and they're pretty far away. So we're going to pack it up and we're going to go check on them. And maybe I'll be back. Maybe I'll have to help them.
It's a trust.
I'm going to let him go.
Yeah, it's a trust thing. If you've known Pat,
right?
I think if you've known Pat before all this happened and you knew what kind of person he was,
right?
Nah, Pat, you knew what this was when we started. You knew what this was going to be like.
We could have been somebody.
You're talking. Whenever I say you can't leave, it's the people who come up to the gate.
Right.
The people,
the add-ons.
The shit.
All right, because going back to the beginning a little bit, we're to the point where they've been vetted.
Well, that's the beginning of the vetting. If you sit there and hit them right between the eyes with that phrase, hey, if you come in, you ain't leaving.
Yeah,
that's a first way of making them think, well, maybe I don't want to be here.
Right. That's right. Point.
So the guy, like the very first question, says, "So, what's the name of your group?" It's Hotel California.
Yeah.
That's a sign.
Well,
that's right.
I mean, they got to have something though. Like you said before, they've got to have something of worth to us.
Okay, top three things. Three things that at the gate we've got to see or hear from them before we even let them in. So our first question is, or
so where do you think you were going?
So where do you think you're going?
So okay, we look at them and we say, because important, like Mikey said, is all right. We have a rule. If you become part of the group, you don't leave the group. We don't allow that. because we can't take. We explain. We can't take the risk. We don't know where you're from. We don't know where
I think
you're
you gotta
going.
clear that up.
Yeah, clear it all up from the beginning.
If you come in this gate,
Come in this gate. That's
Yeah.
it. So that's number one. What's number two? What's the next thing we're looking for?
Oh, number two is the bathroom.
Nah. It's outside the gate.
It's outside the gates. There's like 4 holes.
That hole, yeah. That hole over there.
Number 2 is
Hey, outhouse
there's
is still working.
there's a probationary period. You're gonna have to, you know.
no, there's no
there's no
probation
probation.
now.
There can't be.
Once
Once we
you're
let
in,
it
you're
in,
in. Yeah.
we have to
What
let
do
it
you
in.
bring for
What do you
us?
bring?
What do you
I think,
what do
I
you
think
bring
my
to
thing
this
would
collective?
I think my thing would be if I met them at the gate. See, I have a first problem already because I'm going to have to see all around to make sure that these jokers are not, raiders.
Yeah, they're already at your gate, so they already know where you're at.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
So
so you got killed.
no.
Right
No, you can't just. You're never gonna have your group grow if you just start killing left and right.
I mean,
it's so
but
hard.
that's kind of where we end up, though. Is that
It's so
really
hard.
like if we don't
So
trust people at all?
I think.
I mean,
I think.
at all,
No, wait.
we got to shoot them.
There's a way to do this. There's a way to do this. I swear. So you go up to the gate, and the first thing you say is, "Hi, there's a sniper trained on you right now." So.
And then what does he do? That's funny because I've got 3 in the woods up there. Do you see them?
Oh, 3 snipers.
Oh, actually, yeah. Now we do. Right. I mean, and you've got to be prepared for that. So you're going to have people, scattered around. I think that's the other thing, though. You're going to have somebody always scouting your area.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to. If we've got a walled-in community or whatever, we're going to have scouts, people watching.
I still like my idea of traps. Ah! Oh, there's another one stuck in there.
That's how we should. That's how we should execute them.
I
Just
think I
it.
found a very real flaw in the idea of once you're in, you don't leave. So you have the security and stuff outside watching for people that are approaching. Now you have to watch for the people leaving too.
It's true.
You have to keep an eye on everybody all the
You're
time.
going to have to build some kind of level of trust with certain people. You're just going to have to. I mean, you have your core group that you feel you can trust because they're your core group.
You ever read The Stand?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that guy that had the motorcycle and blew the building up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he looked good on paper.
Yeah. I think what it comes down to is that it's very similar to the way we live now. I mean, we have our air, or even state to state. You go in, you cross over, people go in and out all the time, and we can't close off everything in order to keep bad people out. I mean,
plus, in the end, you're going to want to barter with other people. If
Yeah.
you find another group that's like yours and they have a different something, you're going to be like, "Look, we'll give you our."
it's the only way.
for
It's
your
the only
something."
way society's going to grow. If we're ever going to rebuild and get back to where we were when everything went dark, we're going to have to work together. And along the way, there are going to be some assholes that just try to screw everything up that you're going to have to kill. But until you can't pre-crime them. We're not Minority Report. We can't,
Right.
say they're a bad person, they're doing bad things, they're bringing bad people with them until we've given them an opportunity to at least try to prove themselves. I think a probationary period, is proper. Somebody comes in, you can be quarantined to a certain area. This is where you are going to work, live, eat, sleep, drink, whatever, and show that you can work in the society. And after you have proven yourself for so much time, so many days, I wouldn't even tell them how long. I would just say, this is where you are until we decide.
Right.
And because some people, you may want to wait a little longer.
I think
want to give them a little
I
more
think
time.
our friend William will actually kind of like this kind of society because I think that's when it's going to truly be a semi-socialistic society.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's
point.
it. But the only way socialism would work is
Right.
in that small community
yeah,
that
right.
you could vote them off the island.
Well, and the problem is that once we, just like we talked about before with our committees and our leaders and all that stuff, is that everybody's got to be on board. with this society. And you got to get rid of, you got to weed out the people that aren't, because if you don't, then the guy who's on top is not going to be okay when his time is up. He's going to want to hang out there a little too long, which is what we see a lot. And, so everybody has to be on the same page. Power is hard to give up. People don't like doing that, and so that's how you end up running into issues. And, but the big problem is when your little group starts to get bigger and you have more complicated situations, and then you have multiple, at some point, hoping that multiple groups will start to work together. And then what do? Like who is in charge and who keeps those lines of communication?
I think at that point, when you're starting to work with other groups, I think at that point there's more of a supply, meaning you've actually had the opportunity to grow and to have more crops or whatever the case may be. I think that's the case.
You have to, because what's the point of
right? But when you are starting and okay, I have X amount for this, X amount for that, and I could pick up maybe one or two more people because I have this, and say it's not the growing season. You know what I mean?
All right.
That's when I think that you have to be so very careful. Unless they're rolling in with a big truck of supplies, I'm like,
come on in.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right,
right.
You go.
Oh no, I would never do that. But unless they're like, well, we brought the supplies, but now you're our slaves, and I'm like, oh, really?
Well, then you're going to run into that stuff. That's going to happen because supply and demand, and
right.
people that have the food and
right. We could have played this nice, but he didn't want to. So my guy up there in the trees is going to kill you.
Yeah.
So just saying. But no, when you're
subject again,
we always do.
We always do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the point was, they're lazy or entitled. They were someone that you did know. They've made it into your group.
Someone that I used to know.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Somebody in your
But
group
now they're just somebody that
will be
you
just straight up fed up going, I got this. Somebody's going to step up. Somebody's going to have a little psychotic break or whatever.
Which is relatively terrifying because I'm pretty sure
and then it brings a whole other,
it's going to be.
And then that brings a whole other, group of, a whole new thing of paranoia. Going, well, shoot, if that person just had no issues doing that, what are they going to be like? Who's going to take them out? And the next person, and the next person.
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope.
Because then you run into that goes back to the first question. It's like, do we execute them as a committee, or do you just do it when you feel like it's necessary?
Right. But I think at that point you really need to stop, because if it's somebody who who you allowed in your group, then I think that you do have that opportunity to talk to them and go, look, here's where you're heading.
Yeah.
So either step up your game or we're going to kill you. And then you're going to be so much compost.
Right. That's a whole other thing.
Oh my God, what have I done?
Soylent Green is people.
Right. You don't want to waste the resource, right?
Why hang them in a tree when you can put them in the composting bin?
Exactly. Yeah.
Man, your garden looks great this year. What's your secret?
Soylent Green.
Well, he wouldn't work when he was alive.
So we made him work when he was
He's working
dead.
now.
So you did help.
See, yeah, you turned him in.
Everybody's going to help no matter what, one way or the other.
So, and that's taking away, if somebody has the flu or somebody you take care of each other.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to do that. But that someone who's completely able-bodied, even if they got a weird little limp or something, because I don't care about that. I think that you'd have a conversation with them. And if they're still not going to, you could try to get rid of that person, but if they come back, I feel like you have no choice but to bump them off right there. Don't even talk to them. That's so-and-so. Take him out.
As decided by the group.
Right, but the group would decide that before you ever had a talk with them. Here are the steps we're going to have to take. I don't really want to bump him off because it's relatively nice guy, he took the last Mountain Dew. Yeah, he hasn't done anything for 3 weeks except eating our food.
But is he funny? Like, does he entertain us?
No.
Maybe? No?
No, because we're all mad at him. I mean, come on. I mean,
Maybe we should just punish him, dress him as a clown, make him juggle, and like beat him with things when he sucks at it. That's your punishment. We don't have. The thing is, you gotta punish people when they do dumb shit, but we don't have jail. We can't do jail, so we gotta come up with something else.
You still gotta feed somebody in jail.
Yeah, gotta feed them in jail. But if they're a clown,
okay, this is.
It's humiliating.
If it's entertainment factor.
If they're a clown, there's a lot of people be like, "Oh, get away!" Somebody might shoot it just because it's a clown.
That's how you get executed. We dress you as a clown. Somebody is definitely going to kill you.
You're gonna die. I'm sorry. I don't know who's gonna do it. But they have clown problems.
That'd be funny.
You know who it was gonna be.
You're gonna kill the clown.
I'm gonna kill the clown. I'm like, ah! Especially if it's running around. God.
Clown just running around on loose.
If you're a clown running,
Somebody put a leash on that thing.
I had to put your clown down.
you're running around as a clown.
We'll be cannibals and we'll start eating the clown. Be like, it tastes funny.
It tastes funny.
It's funny.
No, it might make my vegetables taste funny.
Then we're gonna have Hayden. Hayden is gonna be on the, coming before the committee. Why did you kill the clown? That was his punishment. She's gonna be like, because he's a fucking clown.
Fucking clown.
It's like, what are you? He's just running
He was
around
not even
with
a good clown.
big red nose, honking it at me.
It's fucking terrifying. I had to kill it. Yeah. But what would you do?
We're gonna be like, point well taken. Just
Justified.
I was protecting us.
justified. Oh, that's great.
A little derailment there.
Yes.
It happens all the time.
Okay, so I think we've actually. How long have we been doing this right now?
Hour and 6 minutes.
An hour and 6 minutes.
And then,
we could keep going on this. Too.
Right. Well, next week, I mean, it's kind of
clown.
weird because the next episode that you have listed is about either being with a group or just by yourself with your family. And I think we could probably just go around the room real quick and be like, I think a group is better.
Yeah,
for
but
security, I mean,
right.
more guns, more people is going to strengthen numbers. So.
I guess it also depends on the size of your family.
That's true.
Some
That's
people
true.
out there with their 7 kids and
The
things
West
like
Virginians would be good, right?
Yeah.
Mormons.
Well, there are those small towns out in the Midwest or middle of nowhere that everybody is all kind of related kind of thing.
Oh my gosh! Now, I don't mean to sound racist at all, but Mexicans have a thing. They're like all family, there's 12 people in a 3-bedroom house to begin with.
And they got mad skills.
Yeah, they do.
Right. I mean,
Yep. Especially when, never mind. It'll start sounding racist right away. It's not meant racist, but it'll sound it. And we don't want any snowflakes watching this and melting all over us.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway, so, I mean, that's one thing. But the one after that is, what skills do we have in the post-electric world? Do we have the skills, or would you be learning as you go? Do you believe most people of today would be willing to team up, or would a lack of flexibility be the downfall of many?
Okay, so we'll save that one.
Okay.
Because I think, we've all decided that.
Well, yeah, everybody's going to want to go around and brag about what they can do. And stuff.
Right, exactly. We're going to show off our skills next time. Maybe they'll share those skills with us as well. But
my skills will be rubbing 2 sticks together and creating internet somehow.
He's got the internet sticks.
This has got to work. It's got to work.
See him over there.
Oh my God, I can't get a signal. Oh.
Okay, so 2 weeks, and we'll be back, and we'll be talking about what skills you think you need, what skills you think you have.
I'm going to go throw away my clown costume.
Because that's not a good skill, man.
Nobody wants that skill.
I'm not showing up juggling 2 weeks from now. This is the skill I got.
Oh my God, kill it. No.
Skills, I don't know.
In the meantime, everybody be safe.
Yeah.
And have a great 2 weeks. Thanks for joining
Get
us.
prepped up.